کاوش مدیا.
Well, I mentioned that the U.S. would go after any companies it can identify that are providing weapons to Iran. But, again, because sanctions have been so overused, they are losing their efficacy. And there are non-dollar means, barter means even, of carrying on these transactions. I also think that Iran made a very important point about the fact that Iran will sell weapons. There are a lot of countries in Africa. For example, even Iraq has bought Iranian ammunition and drones, things like that Iran can market because it has quite a big defense industry that it's built up on its own. But it is true that that Iranian policies have not changed. Look, Iran's defense is not based on what Javad Zarif calls beautiful weapons. It's based on nurturing groups in the region that are like-minded, militias in Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Yemen that are supporting Iranian goals to kick the United States out of the region. This is where Iran's policy has been successful, at least in Iranian terms, over the last 40 years. And sanctions have not had a big impact on that. They've reduced the amount of money Iran has to throw at some of these groups, but they have not changed the ideological fervor. And frankly, this is a policy that's relatively cheap compared to the billions of dollars that the Saudis and Emiratis and others spend on weapons. So, the real question is, what was the goal? I see a lot of domestic politics, frankly, in President Trump's Iran policy. I think he pulled out of the JCPOA because some of his supporters wanted him to do that, supporters in the United States. And that was really the main reason for it. There are Christian fundamentalists, there are right-wing Jewish groups that are very supportive of Bibi Netanyahu and Israeli policy. And he's looking at domestic issues, especially in the run-up to his potential re-election or election loss.
آنچه در مورد ما میگویند.